Thank you. Thank you.
This breaking news that we've been following for you here at 6:32. A murder suspect from Houston is believed to be barricaded just inside of a Chicago restaurant. Police believe they have cornered Joshua Zimmerman around 8 last night.
Now, he's been on the run since back in June when he escaped from a courthouse near Memphis, Tennessee.
That the escapee was eating inside the restaurant when U.S. Marshals found him, and then he barricaded himself inside the Seafood Junction.
That he's by himself in there. There's no innocent civilians. It's only Zimmerman inside.
The manhunt of escaped convicts. Residents in this area are asked to please lock all external doors and vehicles and remain vigilant. Review your surveillance cameras and contact police if you observe anything suspicious. If you see this individual, do not approach him. Call 911.
Yeah, but although very tight-lipped about this investigation, the U.S. Marshals Office told me that it has been interviewing Zimmerman's mom. The office explained that an investigation is being conducted.
2-4, a high-profile bounty hunter and television personality says he's offering a reward in the search for a missing DeSoto County inmate.
An accused killer made the slip right out from under DeSoto County deputies a few days ago, and tonight Sheriff Thomas Tuggle admits he has no idea where fugitive Joshua Zimmerman is.
I'm coming with all my might.
Joshua Zimmerman is in custody on day 69, bringing the multi-state manhunt to an end. Zimmerman was on the run for over 60 days until authorities caught up with him in Chicago, Illinois. Much thanks to his family and friends who cooperated. He was brought to justice. Zimmerman was wanted in 3 states. He's wanted for raping a man in Connecticut. He's wanted for attempted murder in Mississippi, armed robbery in Mississippi, carjacking in Mississippi, murder in the first degree in Texas, and he was on a spree kill, right? They caught him at a seafood joint getting food. That's how comfortable the guy got. And I guess we can say more now that he's been captured, and it's amazing that he's captured. The victims that are alive can now get some sleep. Again, this has brought perhaps not publicity across the country, but the victims were unable to sleep for the past 60 days while this monster was on his way to Canada. He was living it up in Chicago. And thank you to the Latin Kings. Like we said from the beginning, they don't accept cross-dressing snitches in their clique, right? So Chicago is headquarters for the Latin Kings. I'm shocked that Zimmerman had the balls to go there. In 2020, I had covered the George Floyd riots, and I made connections with a lot of the Kings out in Chicago because they were assisting the police in protecting the community during the riots. The Latin Kings are actually a very good organization, I guess. I mean, they clean up the streets as much as any other gang, but they do their part. And the Latin Kings helped bring Zimmerman to justice. The guy was a monster, and the Kings understand that. Zimmerman had snitched on them before with a little success, not much. His family had thrown the Kings under the bus before. And at the end of the day, the Kings came through, and Zimmerman, the princess, is back in custody for the brutal murder of Kiana Mercer. He's now going to face the death sentence where he belongs, on death row. Very likely that the mother is going to be charged in connection with assisting him, in addition with other accomplices who harbored the fugitive, right, guys? So it's a good ending. He's alive. I don't know if he's well. He's not too happy. It doesn't really matter. His birthday is going to be spent in prison, like we said. Happy birthday, Joshua Zimmerman. And it's great that he's back in custody. So I guess that's all we really have, guys. At the end of the day, X caught him. It's great that we kind of did this together for the victims, and we've ramped it up. I'm going to tell you, if it wasn't for the social media stuff, he would have made it a couple more weeks, if not months. Last week, we knew we were getting very close to Zimmerman, very close. Dog the Bounty Hunter has been working on this case around the clock, and it's interesting because you get to see how he operates and how he's able to get information from people that won't cooperate with the police usually, and it was honestly quite cool and an honor to watch Dog behind the scenes doing that. It would have been cool to go looking for Zimmerman, but we will have another escape. Zimmerman, he's not the one to chase on the street, guys. That guy was literally the definition of a monster. He was going to kill at the first attempt he had. It's very lucky that nobody got hurt. I was on the phone all night long with the U.S. Marshals out there in Chicago, and They are just among the best of the best. They got him out of that building, and they got him out alive. That's what they do. You guys saw that with Danilo Cavalcante. He had a shoot-to-kill order. He got out alive. The U.S. Marshals are literally like our frontline heroes here in the U.S. They capture, and when they have to, they kill. And Zimmerman, you got the good end of the stick, I guess. You're going to end up in death row in Texas. Can't get around that. Mel, who was live last night, how wild. For those of you guys that don't follow Mel, you should on YouTube. I watch a lot of his like pursuits and stuff, and he was covering a standoff, and he had no idea that it was Zimmerman. Neither did I. And out of nowhere, my phone starts blowing up, and then Mel starts calling, and I'm like, wait a second. He's live for Standoff. If he's calling me, 1 + 1 = 2. So I start texting away, and lo and behold, it was Zimmerman that was holed up in that little place next to the DNC, and God knows what he was going to do. Right now, he's being questioned by the FBI JTTF, which is the Joint Terrorism Task Force out in Chicago. They are questioning him. Former President Barack Obama took the stage last night, and there were some hiccups in that timing because of the Zimmerman situation. Zimmerman was a very real threat to those in that building. He was a threat to the public, and there was a very good reason why they didn't just pop him to begin with. If you guys notice how the timing is wild, right? So it was 5 o'clock last night, 5:30, and that seafood place doesn't close till 9 o'clock. Zimmerman, the idiot, is in there, and he orders, and the place empties out, and he sticks around thinking he's getting his food, and what does he get? His death sentence. It comes right to the door. They knock. He goes and runs. He hides in the attic, makes a couple calls. He had a phone on him, which is, he was making contact last night with people in Waterbury and also with authorities. They were trying to talk him out, and they did. They ultimately did, and Zimmerman made the correct decision. He turned himself in without harm. The way it works, when you escape custody, they will take it out on everybody around you. They will go after your mom because she gave birth to you. That's how it works. They don't care. Whether she called you or not, she's involved 90% of the time. In this case, she sent money to the COs. She paid for him to get out of jail, essentially, and he went running. Now he's caught. He's back on death row. Let's hope that he stays in jail. I'm sure they're going to have a little bit more security on him, especially with that Tuggle guy. I still think that Tuggle and Zimmerman's mother should date. They would make a phenomenal couple. You guys can go to trial together, dress up. You could put Zimmerman in a dress if you want. I don't know what you guys are into, but at the end of the day, Zimmerman is captured. Thank God. He's whatever, dead or alive, that doesn't matter. What matters is he's in custody. It would have been better, obviously, if we don't have to go through a trial, but it is what it is. Again, guys, he rapes women, he rapes men, he rapes them both, he kidnaps, he kills. And I feel bad for whoever his cellmate is. Hopefully, DeSoto County, this time around, you guys give him his own cell. He rapes inmates. He's not supposed to have another cellmate. It's part of the Prison Rape Elimination Act. It's a big deal, especially when you have a rapist that's raping inside of a facility. So again, guys, stay safe. It's good. He's caught, so I'm not going to say lock your doors. That's everything for now. I'll come on later once I have some more info exactly on how the capture happened. But for now, just stay vigilant, enjoy your day, and he's in prison, so if you're a victim, you guys can go out and celebrate. He's not going to see the light of day again.